Naruto does.
Hello, everybody,
Also,
and
can you
welcome
guys-
to the next episode. As everybody's still having a party, we're just having a good time in Discord.
Hey, Mr.
Welcome
Cubit.
to Trials of Imagination. No, and we are going through Curse of Strahd. This is our second season with this group of
Come on,
doing.
Mr. Cubit.
Hush! Try to do announcements. My word, I will deafen you. We are going through our second season through Dungeons and Dragons with this group, with the addition of 2 new members this time around, and we are playing the module Curse of Strahd. If you're not familiar with it, it looks like this. We are doing a little more of a homebrew, so it is loosely based on that. Doesn't follow it exact, but if you like that type of stuff, you will like this, and that is what we're doing. And tonight is episode 7. We are 7 episodes into this series already. It feels like yesterday that we
0 people.
started. Sure. Like, yeah, like 0 deaths have occurred at all. Perfectly fine. So some
Still, 0 people.
quick announcements to go through and take care of, and then we'll get this ball rolling quick. We do have a giveaway going on tonight. It is pretty simple. You don't have to do much of anything other than just literally say something in chat, and that will literally get you entered to win a potential giveaway at the end of the night, and we will showcase what it is at that time. We also still have the giveaway going on of the 30 view count. We've been pretty close a few times, so just to celebrate, if we do hit 30 views, we're going to make sure to give away something from the merch store as well. Doesn't even have to stay at 30, just if it hits 30 at any point, and we'll make sure to check the analytics later in case it gets like close and we can't tell during the stream. Also, big announcement and major thanks that even some of the players don't know about. Massive thanks to literally everyone in chat or anyone who has just been anonymous that has donated or done any sort of subs to the stream, because we were finally able to put enough stuff together to do some stuff we've been wanting to do. So 2 of our players that we kind of rolled for, so it would be random, will be getting some stuff. One of them elected to get some stuff from the merch store, and the other one is getting a custom mini that is of their own character that will be done for them, that they will get. And that's all from you guys. So massive thanks to that. And then anything else we had, we also put in a pot that we'll do some more giveaways so that we can give back to you what you gave to us in the first place, because that's what seems right. So massive thanks again. I'll say it 3,000 times if I have to. You guys are awesome. Appreciate everything you do. Don't change. Keep being awesome. That is the only thing I can think of. We are gearing up to do a big giveaway in a few episodes. So if you do ! giveaway in the chat, there should be a fixed link now. It was having problems last week. Hopefully that is fixed. We will find out if anyone just wants to test it. But if you get it to work, it works just like a raffle. You earn points just by watching. So literally just spending time here. And you can spend those points on a ticket. Every ticket gives you a higher chance to win a giveaway. Pretty simple. So someone in chat, just make sure to see if that works. And if it does, awesome. If not, let me know, because I'll need to address that as quick as possible, because it didn't work last week and we want to make sure we get that going. If you are new here, once we get going, we tend to not interact with chat a whole lot verbally. It's just because we have a limited time frame to get a lot of things accomplished, because one of our members' internet cuts off in 2 hours, so we have to be very tight and concise with our content. So we will, once we get going, we're just kind of a flow that doesn't stop. We do, however, interact in the chat itself. So almost all of us will show up in there and interact with you as much as we can. We also use this principle to keep our YouTube viewers semi-engaged as well, because we have a few people that can't show up to the streams and they like to watch on YouTube, and you can't see chat on YouTube, so it kind of helps to not alienate those guys as well. So if you are new, just know that we're not ignoring you. We do see it, and we'll try to chat with you in the actual chat as much as we can. It's nothing personal. It's just trying to be concise and be efficient with our time. Okay, that was a lot to cover. So is Did I miss anything? Does everybody feel like that's good? Can we play some D&D? That sound good to you guys?
Oi. Yeah,
Yes, Mr. Two-Bit. It sounds like a good plan to me.
I think Ayla's gonna die tonight.
Very possible.
Just keep pushing that button. Just keep doing it. You'll see what happens. Okay, well, without further ado, we're going to transition to the intro video. If you've never seen it before, stick around and we'll get started soon on episode 7 of Trials of Imagination. And welcome back. Okay, all the cameras in the right places, looking good. Everything's sweet. Okay. The last time on Trials of Imagination, our adventurers found themselves straight into combat with a gigantic, monstrous entity that was not very friendly and was pretty tough, but they stepped up to the plate and handled it quite well, all things considered, I think. The round 1 was a little scary. If you go back and watch it, I think it's fair to say a lot of people were a little concerned after round 1, but after that, it was much better, and it seemed to just only go in the player's favor for the most part. From there, did a great job, and they conquered the entity. However, the second that occurred, the house that they've been stuck in for the past few episodes seemed to begin literally crumbling apart with them still inside. So immediately they retraced their steps and tried to get the heck out of this building before it literally kept them in there eternally. They get all the way to the front door, and there's just one last ridiculous thing that this house throws because it's just a house from hell. And it has these blades that are just literally slicing and dicing right at the door. Everybody tried to get through. I think it was half or a little less than half that took damage from the blades, and the other half got out. And long story short, our party is not doing great health-wise at the moment. Some are solid, some are not. One of which specifically went to 0 hit points just getting out of the door. This was a huge problem, but our health members or people with healing properties stepped up to the plate and tried to heal, but to no effect whatsoever. And seemed like it was about to be a major problem when suddenly a bright flashing light occurred and some form of angelic entity with bone wings instead of like the feather wings appeared, touched Liam's character Mark and revived him. So he was back to or not necessarily revived, but put him back at 1 HP. And then gave them a warning to leave this place as quick as they could because the devil resides here and it is not safe. And then without much other conversation, this being disappeared and they were left to their own devices, got up, tried to move a little bit into the town, but they were hearing a lot of noises, a lot of screaming and howling in the distance. And the last thing they saw was a villager come frantically spot them and ask, "What are you doing outside?" Started to say, "Get to shelter," but before he could even finish the sentence, was just cleared off by a large dire wolf, and all that was left was just an arm that fell before them. And they kind of didn't get a whole lot of chance to respond because we ran out of time, but that is literally where we left off in the last episode and where we pick up this episode. Now, it is important for me to note that one thing I didn't get to tell you guys because we had to finish so quickly last night was the size of this direwolf that went by you guys. I will ask this when we get going because I don't know which of your characters have or have not had experiences with direwolves. This one's big. Just from the very short, quick glimpse you got at it, the best example I can give you is it was roughly the size of a horse.
We must have seen more than a glimpse.
The glimpse was large
so
enough.
So it was Jacob. Is that what you're telling me? Jacob's here now?
No.
Jacob.
All I'm saying is the image you got of it, you can tell was incredibly large, even for a direwolf. And that is where you guys left off and where you guys pick up tonight. You just saw this guy get yeeted off the screen and his arm is there on the ground. There are still wolves howling in the distance and a lot of screaming going on. It's kind of more clear what's going on. What do you do?
First off, I'm freaking out right now because all of a sudden there's 50 people here. And I was like, what just happened? I'm sorry. I just had to say something. Thank you guys for coming in and having some fun with us. Wow.
All right, Dan. Well, can't stop there. You are in slight trouble. What are you guys doing?
So is there, I don't know, buildings around? Like, are we to the town yet?
Whole bunch of them. You're in the town, so there's seems to be a
like
plethora of most of them look to be abandoned all around you.
Oi, Nadar. Find the closest building.
I just go to the closest building.
Yeah, we need to get out of here now.
Break it down. We just came from.
Okay, so there's like 4 different things at once there. Zyle, what did you say?
I said we need to get out of here right now.
Okay, and then
that is the biggest wolf I've ever seen.
And then Millard said something.
As I look at what's left of that guy.
Right.
I turn to Nadar. Oi, Nadar, if that door don't budge, just break it down. We ain't got no time for this.
I'm gonna
support this.
I'm gonna ready my ring of the ram and test the door of the nearest building. If it doesn't open, I'm just using the ram to break down the door.
Okay. You get to a building that's nearby, and it definitely feels locked. So you're gonna attempt to break it down.
Yes. What does the ring do again? It is plus something to my. Oh, I get a +7 to hit with it.
Hmm?
So 11 plus 18 to hit, and that's 2d10 force damage. 4 plus 7 damage to the door.
Yeah. It breaks open. Unfortunately, you breaking it was seemed to be actually an incredibly sturdy lock that might have been useful, but it's now broken.
Yes. You see, I didn't think of that.
Well, Elbereth, can you help with Mark? He's looking pretty injured there. We're gonna need to get him moved into the building. I would ask Ziel, but he's also not looking too great.
Yeah,
Mark is awake, right?
Yes.
Get in here, quick!
He's a wizard, you know.
No, but I thought he was awake. I'm not sure what I.
He's awake.
I'm awake.
He just could probably use
I'm
help
just a little
stepping
bit
up.
injured.
He's a little bit hurt there.
Just on
Once everyone's inside, I'm gonna put a hunting trap in the door.
He's awake just on a scale of 1 to 19. He's a 1.
Yes, that's why once everyone is inside.
Yeah, I'm just not sure. Okay,
Wink, wink.
I'm just looking at him, Elbereth, and he can barely stand, so I'm just asking for a bit of help. I'm gonna help Ziel
Alright,
get
help
in.
him walk, I guess. Yeah.
Ayla, keep a lookout for any more of those dire wolves. We don't want to be messing with that.
Is there an upstairs? this house?
Yes. Seems to be a 2-story. So did everyone make their way in?
Yes.
I
Okay.
think so.
What for
Gonna
the
say I
sake
went into.
for the sake of asking, what are you guys doing to fix the door?
I'm
So,
just
so
gonna
the door
put
is
a-
still
I'm-
attached, right?
It's still on the hinges. It's just if you
There's
try
just
to
no
shut,
lock.
yeah, there's no lock. So you're gonna
Okay.
shut it, or are you trying to barricade whatever you can
there-
Put
find?
a trap in front of the door.
We put a trap in front of the door. Is there anything like a table or chairs or stuff we can barricade the door with?
Anything? Yeah.
It's abandoned, but you can see there's a bunch of just like literal farmhouse type
We should
furniture.
go upstairs and like block things behind us, like the traps in the
Yes.
door, but then like block the stairs, like just putting tables and whatever we can on the stairs.
Oh, sounds like a great plan. I'm gonna grab that table over there and wedge it against the door. Nadar, you got your trap ready?
I've already put the trap down outside the door. at that
Awesome.
point.
I love it. Love it. Thanks, mate. I know it's really difficult for you sometimes.
Very difficult.
I'll
So I
take
leave Zael inside the room and I go start grabbing stuff and putting tables, chairs, whatever I can find that's made of wood.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I'm just gonna stand guard at the door in case something busts in.
I'll take Mark upstairs and we can look for like check out the window situation and what else.
All right.
Okay.
I stay close to Zyle.
I will
Probably
go
not a
upstairs
bad
with
idea.
the other two and get ready to move things to block the staircase and maybe throw some things down the stairs at wolves if they break in.
After Millard gets up.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just
Well-
Oh, and Zio and Ayla.
So-
No problems.
You
no
guys-
promises.
Collectively kind of like work around and get everything together and attempt to semi-barricade this door while also setting up a trap and, getting things prepped and ready for a presumable, wolf trying to get in. You hear just screams and wolves howling all throughout the town still. And
Are there any windows in this house on the first floor that we need to be worried about?
there are windows, but they've been boarded up. So they're not
there-
like a pass-through.
Is there any like construction, like hammer and nails lying anywhere in the house on the first floor that like I can see immediately?
Nothing that seems to be like that. There is, however, a few items that kind of just seem to be fresh, as if it seems like it's very clearly an abandoned building, but it seems like the more you look around, and especially if any of you have made your way upstairs, there's items here and there that kind of indicate that someone's been making camp here.
Now, as we're prepping, do we see anybody outside running around?
Outside? Well, the windows are boarded up, so you can't.
Right, but I'm at the doorway and putting stuff. Do I see anybody out the doorway? As
You
I'm
haven't seen
barricading?
anyone because you're where you guys are. There's a street and then other houses and stuff. So like you haven't seen anyone run by directly. You just hear stuff.
Are the windows upstairs also boarded?
Yes, everything's boarded up.
Okay. So then I guess we'll look around in like the rooms, kind of do a sweep of the upstairs to see if there's anyone around.
Okay. So, who all is going upstairs?
Myself, Mark, and Albereth, I believe.
But I think Lava's trying to prepare the stairs for potential.
Yes, from upstairs, I am
Yes,
doing
yeah.
that.
Nadar at the top of the stairs, Millard at the bottom of the stairs. Elbereth and Mark are looking through the rooms upstairs.
I'm still kind of close to the door, but yeah.
Okay. So, for those that go upstairs, you get up there and there is. You hear like shuffling at some like in the shadows of this loft that is almost like kind of like an open loft type of thing. And suddenly Elbreth, you feel not touching you, but something close nearby you. You turn around to look, and now there is a fairly young adult human male with a spear pointed it straight at you. He looks very nervous. Behind him is a young female adult and a older middle-aged to late-age male.
We're not here to hurt you. We're just trying to hide from the wolves.
I'm gonna put my hands up too.
Okay. He's just kind of gonna look at all of you.
Nadar isn't paying attention to them. He's busy getting ready in case of a wolf breaking in.
How do we know you're not one of them?
What do you mean? They're wolves.
They're more than just wolves.
What do you mean?
He's gonna. He's very nervously just kind of like eyeballing all of you because what you said is confusing him. Because remember, you're in their territory, so not understanding this is weird to them. Are you? And he, instead of trying to explain anything, he touches the spear to Elbreth's arm. He doesn't stab it. He touches the metal to the top of it, of your arm. Kind of pulls it back. Looks to Mark. He wants you to come forward.
Let him do what he needs to, I suppose.
I go forward cautiously.
Taps the metal to your arm. It does not burn you, but it leaves like a faint line of the spear on your arm.
Okay.
He pulls it back, but looks even more confused. And he's gonna ask, did that hurt just now?
No.
And then he's going to look at Nadar, which I guess is still rummaging around. Like, you?
Nadar still isn't paying attention.
Okay.
Oh, Nadar, right? I think I found a drink.
He's a little busy trying to defend the bears, even like his mind is just so like after seeing the guy get eaten. He's one focused mind right now.
He's gonna look back at Elbreth and Mark and just smile, throws it up, chunks it right by Nadar, and it actually skids by his face and cleans like a clean cut straight by it. And if you pay attention to him, he's like watching closely to see what the wound does. And it's just a clean cut for you. So you have a nice clean cut on your face now.
Well, as that happens, Nadar turns on and whips out whips out one of his hand axe, and is ready to throw it at whoever threw the spear.
Okay, he's making eye contact.
Wait.
He's making eye contact with you. He's just gonna
Why'd
nod.
you do that?
He's gonna nod. Okay. You're not like them. Points at Mark. Except for you. You're a little... Something's off. I don't know what. But you're not them.
Why'd you do that?
These wolves. Silver. Burns. Literally burns that, like... Are you not from here? Have you never...
Yeah.
No, we just got in we're actually not sure how long we've been here, but we just got here.
We got teleported. It couldn't have been more than 2 hours ago.
Ah.
No, or maybe 2 weeks. Who knows?
That
Time is
wasn't
silly.
2 weeks. That was not 2 weeks. What are you talking about?
Have you taken a nap yet?
No. That's why it couldn't
How
have
can you
been
tell
2
time?
weeks. That's why it couldn't
Anyway,
have
no,
been
we
2
did
weeks.
just get here recently, so we're
Yeah.
not really familiar with this area. And we were looking for a way to get back home, actually. We were hoping that someone in the town could help us, but I see you have your own problems going on.
Yes, we're in the middle of the blood year. It's not exactly a great time.
The what?
When did you arrive here?
Nadar's like relaxing, like he's still ready to fight, but
It seems like a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
When you got to village, was it overrun with wolves?
No.
This village, we got here like a couple minutes ago.
No,
Yeah,
no. We were at the village when we entered the house.
And this
Yes.
was how long ago?
maybe 10 minutes? Max.
And yes, there were lots of wolves outside. Someone got attacked by a wolf right in front of us.
Before or after you entered the house?
Before.
After. Okay, this house before.
He's gonna be very confused because what do you?
I'm gonna
It didn't
enter.
happen inside the house.
Nillard's gonna enter the upstairs room at this point. Oi, guys, what's going on up here? I heard a noise.
Pulls
Sounded like
out-
someone throwing-
Pulls out a knife from his back and like does a little flip and just
Please.
taps it
Don't
next to your
throw it.
arm. He doesn't stab you, he just taps into it.
Yeah, I just have my dagger out too. Well, this is interesting. Who's this fella? And where'd he come from?
He's a jerk. He threw a spear at me.
My name is Namir.
Oh,
Namir?
my name's Millard. I'd kinda like
Namir.
if you'd remove
Nimir.
from my arm, Mr. Namir.
Nothing personal. Just checking to see if you're one of them.
One of
One of these
the
three.
dire wolves.
Wolf, direwolf, werewolf, whatever you want to call it, it does not matter.
Well, I ain't no wolf. I can tell you that. Been called a sea wolf once, but we're not on the sea, obviously.
Well, let me save you some headache and potentially spare your lives down the road. Every last thing you see here that might look like a wolf could potentially also manifest itself as a person. If you see a wolf, do not presume it is some mindless beast.
You're a wolf. He points at the guy.
And my
I
friend
don't
makes a
think
good point.
so.
If you're telling us these things can be deceitful, how to know you ain't one of them?
Why didn't he attack us if he was a wolf?
He's got a knife to me right now.
Yeah, he's already pulled it
There
back
was-
because it didn't burn. So if you
He threw a spear right by my face. Nadar points to the cut.
You weren't paying attention.
I'm not the one that broke into someone's home and then ignored their instructions whenever addressed. You got cut, but that
You
is
have a
on
big
that
thing
is on you,
outside
my
right
little
now.
friend.
I totally understand, mate. It's just dire circumstances require dire actions.
He flick,
Obviously, you understand the danger of the wolves.
yeah, he flicks the knife back and is like, "Look, silver burns them. They cannot stand it. It will actually hurt them. See, fine. I'm not.
We got two friends downstairs. Do you need to check them out too?
Yes. And again, a tip for all of you: you should check anyone. Do not trust anyone you run into around here.
What about her behind you?
This is my sister Drasha. And then behind her is my Uncle Lawrence.
Uncle Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
And who's the other guy?
his sister Drasha. The sister seems very shy, and not in like a social manner, but in a shell-shocked type of, there's a bunch of wolves eating all of our villagers outside type of manner. And the uncle is actually passed out.
Is he alright? Is he dead?
He's not dead, but he is hurt. He's trying to regain his strength right now. We're letting him sleep.
Zael, Ayla, you should get up here when you can.
We found
They called
a house
downstairs.
owners.
I was going to
Apparently-
say, I didn't want to interrupt, but I assume when he threw that spear, it would have clattered or stuck in a wall or something and made
sure.
a noise.
For sure.
Zyle would have immediately bolted upstairs at that point.
Okay.
He's just going to like address you kind of the same way he has everybody else. Make eye contact. He's holding a silver blade.
Yeah, give me the knife. I'll test them for you.
No
Stick your hand
offense.
out, guys.
No offense, but I don't trust you that much yet.
Fine.
What's this?
It's some sort of test he's got for us.
Testing to see if you're one of them.
Werewolves.
He relays the same thing to you. That he's doing a silver test to your flesh.
He says that before approaching with the knife.
Yes.
Okay.
He is not a obtuse man. He can look at you and you have that type of military carry to you, so he's not reckless.
But if he explains it, I'll just hold my arm out.
Yep. Okay. Nothing happens. You're good.
I'm still just keeping watch downstairs.
What
And
about
once
the,
I see what the disturbance is, Zyle will go back downstairs.
like without even looking? He's like, and the elf downstairs.
He sees her?
From your vantage point, it doesn't look like he can.
Right, all right. Our other friend, she's watching the door. We had to break it down, you see. We were kind of rushed. So,
Yes, thanks for that. That was a very fortified door that has done us well for weeks.
Was his fault. He points at Millard.
It's not Nadar proof.
He's like,
yeah.
we watched you break it.
My name is Mark.
All right, but he's been honest. I did tell him to do that. Like I
But let's-
said, dire circumstances require dire actions. Anyway, well, I'm sure
I don't like
when
puns.
it's all over, we can fix your door up proper.
You have a lot of metal and mechanical parts. I don't think you're going to be able to reinforce that door the way it was.
I look at my bag.
What?
So you look in your bag. You notice that the stuff you took from the house specifically has turned to ash.
Oh,
And
that's disappointing.
Do I notice that stuff turned to ash?
if anyone investigates anything they took from the house, it's ash.
Aw, my stinky cheese!
The only exception of all things would be the coin that Lava got from the bat. Is the only
the
thing.
house.
So even
'Cause-
the candlestick.
Yep. Anything from the house.
Do I notice that Millard's bag that has ash instead of the items that he collected?
You wouldn't notice visibly, only if he says it out loud.
Okay.
Would you notice my bag, considering I had a big block of
I
stinky
do
cheese
not
in it?
happen to have those things. I've got some tools, but that's about it. If you have supplies, I mean, we could make some. I'm pretty clever with mechanical stuff.
Yeah. If we survive the night, maybe.
Right.
Now,
Oh, so it's nighttime out there.
let us check your elf friend, and then we can continue our conversation. I not feel safe until we have made sure everybody is clean.
I yell down the stairs. Ayla, we're bringing down some friends. Don't worry. Just don't be alarmed.
I don't know why you're yelling.
He's still making eye
Zyle already
contact.
told me.
He's still making eye contact with Millard, and he's going to like shout in the direction down there, like cleric. And Zhao, if you turn his head, he literally like chunks the blade to your right, and it hits the wall right beside you.
What the was that?
The silver blade.
This kid's walking on dangerous waters with this business.
What the talking about?
Let me see your hand real quick. I'm not gonna stick you.
I trust you.
As he
You
just
don't
touches it.
No effect. Seems clean.
Was magic supposed to happen? What is this all about?
He's going to
Something
nod.
about werewolves.
Ah, werewolves. You mean the dire wolves outside?
Those are the ones.
Ah. Wait, they think we're dire?
Apparently so. Everybody got tested, it seems.
Okay.
So Namir's just going to give like a final nod, and he's going to look at Zyle like, as a sign of good faith and apologies for being so aggressive. We have learned to have to be given the circumstances. You may keep Silverblade.
It was probably going to anyway, so that works out.
Yeah. May it bid you better than its original owner.
Well, that's not all
Who's
business.
the original owner? Is he not?
My father.
Oh,
He was somewhere outside, likely in multiple places at this point.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
mate. Not to be
I'm
rude,
sorry to hear that.
but you've obviously dealt with these kind of things before. At least the way you're talking about them.
All of our
Would that be
lives.
correct? All of your lives, eh?
Well, as I said, it is the blood year. But I guess if you're not from here, you have none the wiser what it means. But I'm still confused. You said you went in a house here, but when you went in, not but 15, 20 minutes ago, the wolves were not here? This is impossible.
Are they still upstairs?
Yes.
Obviously,
Okay.
if strange things like werewolves are possible, stranger things with magic is possible.
I don't think you understand. We are 11 months into the blood year.
11 months.
During the blood year, creatures of the night are allowed to roam as they freely choose. They are not confined by the rules of the devil as they are normally. This only happens
What?
once every 1,000 years.
That's pretty good. Then we only got 1 more month left. Trying to be a little bit
I
cheery.
suppose that is an optimistic viewpoint, but you're missing my point. You're saying you went in house less than what, half an hour ago?
You saw us enter. We came.
Not
Here.
this house. Not this house. The other house.
Oh, outside of town.
He's
Was
asking
it-
you about
is that
the
house outside of town or is it in town?
It's in town.
Oh, I don't. Okay, I thought that there were no other buildings around when we went in this one.
Oh no.
Yeah, me too.
No, there's a bunch of buildings.
No, that was the house we were in before was a couple hours ago. I think that we had entered it.
Oh, the same point. It's been blood year for 11 months. It's been nighttime at all. There are creatures everywhere.
These wolves have been ravaging this town for 11 months
At night.
at night. Maybe. What time of day was it
Isn't
when
it?
we.
It's like 2 a.m. right now.
2-bit.
No,
Can
like
I
when
hear
we
their
entered.
can Ayla hear their conversation?
Yes, it's not a big house. This is just think of like a thatched, hooded type of area.
question.
So yeah.
Well, for Ayla, when she hears that they've been there for 11 months, she starts panicking, like inwardly panicking. It shows on her face, and she starts
So she's
talking under her voice, under her breath. That's the word, under her
Sure.
breath.
So the only one down there with you right now is Zyle. So Zyle, you would be
Ayla.
close enough that you would get that. Mark, you're upstairs with everybody else. I don't know if you would notice that or not.
Okay.
I thought it was night when we arrived here because I thought it was day when we arrived here because
Yeah,
we were
me
able to
too.
see outside and not everyone else.
I don't know when you arrived. I've never seen any of you.
Now,
No,
clarifying
that's
with
out of
DM,
question.
I want to know
Out of-
above table, like we would know whether it was night, like was it dark or
Roll an insight check.
an insight check on myself to
Mhm.
remember whether it was nighttime?
There's a reason.
Okay.
I want to make that check too.
Natural 20 plus 3.
Okay, I don't need to make that check.
And that is D&D. So, yeah, with a natural 20. So what you gather, for most people, it seemed indifferent because it was so overcast and just dreary that it just seems like this hard to tell type of thing. But there was enough light that with that high of a roll, your deduction presumption is that it was in fact daytime, more or less, although it's not bright at all compared to where you guys were before you got to Barovia. But it did seem to be daytime, but zero sun, complete overcast, very dreary.
Right, it's
Okay.
overcast versus night, which would be black.
Right, but think of like an incredibly thick overcast. Think that type of thunderstorms
then-
that sometimes you even question, like, is it night? Are we there?
So the guy is saying about the wolves or being at night. So then she responds like, it wasn't night when we got here though. So are you saying that they only come out at night?
Well, yes, they only come out at night. But now your story is conflicting. It has not been daytime for at least 8 hours.
Well, yeah, like I said, it's hard. We feel like we're not keeping track of things time properly. It felt like a couple hours. It felt like it was 8 hours.
Honestly, magical portal travel can be quite disorienting, my friend. We have absolutely no idea where we are, and
Maybe that's an explanation.
no idea why we're here, other than we don't want to get eaten by wolves, and we would like to get back to where we both come from. If that makes any sense.
And where you come from is...
Well, that would be a
Tell
great
him.
question for our elf friend downstairs.
We
Is that-
tell him the name of the town.
Okay. It obviously means nothing to him. Like, has zero bearings on what that is or where that is.
We were
Soulless,
teleported
FYI.
here, so it's yeah.
He doesn't seem to understand that word.
Suffice to say, we came from a long ways away. We were put here not of our own accord, obviously, and my main question is if you've experienced this kind of stuff before. Obviously, you have some experience. I mean, the wolves attacking at night.
Of course.
You've been dealing with this for 11 months. You obviously have a plan besides just having a front door. What could that be? Supposed to say.
Well, get what materials and food you can during the day. Make sure to guard yourself and prepare well before a couple hours before nighttime so that you're covered and your scent is not lingering. They have very strong nose. We've laced this house with different pieces of silver that we melted and laced it throughout the side of the building so it kind of deters them because they do not like the smell. It will not prevent them from entering. If they decide to come in here, they will. But usually the scent alone at least disperses the scent of our blood.
Have you had problems anything other than wolves?
You guys really are not from here.
Yes,
Yes.
I will be back.
Literally everything. Any creature of the night is released during the blood year. There are no rules.
I see.
So I can fly.
I am pretty tired. Is there a bed that I can sleep in?
Yes. Our friend here has been much injured in his time
Injured.
in this land.
Nope. We removed all beds from building. It keeps too much smells lingered in.
Oh.
Again, remember, this will save you. They have a very strong nose. Avoid scents as much as you can.
But we also make good defensive weapons.
We do have splotches with some hay. It's not much, but it's better than laying on wood floor.
Okay. Can I make my way over to some hay and try and get some sleep?
You can.
All right.
So Mark's gonna go for a long rest.
Yeah.
Or- Yep.
So have you heard about other people arriving mysteriously, or also a hooded figure that likes to play cruel games?
He just, again, looks kind of confused. I mean, it sounds like many things that could happen here, to be honest.
What about this?
I don't
You
know where
mentioned
you guys are
something
from, but this is...
specifically.
I don't know where you guys are from, but this is not a nice place.
Well, we've seen that. You mentioned
It
something
seems very
specifically
beautiful.
That's why we're trying to.
A lot of things.
about there being no rules, and you mentioned it twice, mate. You said the devil's rules. Who is this devil? Obviously, he's in charge or something.
And he squints at you, and you see for the first time the girl actually makes eye contact with you too, in like kind of like a concerned manner. And she's just like doing this, like kind of nervously. He kind of looks back at her and calms her down.
Nadar's gonna walk over to a wall and sit down at the base of it and just start to fall asleep himself.
Okay. He's going to look back at you, Millard. We do not dare say his name for fear of him showing up at any moment. But
He's
yes,
the one who took away the rules. That's what he's saying.
yes, this is common knowledge. Although it tends to be so long that some people become a fairy tale because, like I said, it's only once every 1,000 years. So usually, some believe, some don't. But clearly, it's happening. But normally, more than 11 months ago, whatever rules they follow, whatever it is, there were limitations on when creatures of the night could just haphazardly go into whatever village they want and wreak havoc. I do not know reason. I do not know like the why of everything. I'm not going to presume to understand the dealings of a devil, but I imagine it's something in relation to population control.
I was saying, just don't dare, mate. This bloke don't sound like anybody I'd like.
He kind of just looks confused at all. Like, does any devil sound like something you would like?
Sometimes there's devils you gotta deal with. They have their own sets of rules, and if you can abide by them, they make sense. But this guy, if he takes away all the rules, it's not something I can abide by.
Alright.
Not to say I can fight him. Obviously, he sounds powerful if he rules this whole land, but it's is something to be concerned about for me and my friends here. The way you speak about him, the way you're afraid of him.
Allow me to do one more thing. And if you pass this test, you will all have earned my trust. Just gonna kind of look at everybody. And he has like a staff that he pulls from his back. Just looks like a long pole. Just kind of slams it straight into the ground. And you see a very faint, just blue aura just kind of cover the interior, but doesn't go outside. And he has now cast a zone of truth inside the building, of which you are all within. So, in case you don't know how this works, you cannot lie. You can refuse to answer, but you cannot lie.
Yes.
Do any of you work for the devil?
Who?
Depends on which one you mean.
No.
No.
Jeez, that's a horrible answer. Jeez.
Does Millard want to? Does he get a chance to make the save?
I'm just being honest. I'm sorry,
Does he get
Alvarez.
a chance to make the save?
He looks at you a little more serious. The devil here.
The fella you're describing, from what I know, I don't work for him.
Still concerning, but at least that answers one question. Cleric?
Kind of looks up.
You
He's
heard the,
downstairs.
yeah, you heard the question.
We're like the top.
I've had some pretty crappy commanders in my time, but no.
Spoken like a man with experience. Elf?
She can't hear you. She had started pacing and is still muttering to herself. I already messaged Zyle about what he can hear. So.
Okay. Cleric, what is your name?
Zahel.
Very well. Mr. Zyle. Again, I am Namir. Will you please get your friend to answer the question so we may proceed?
She does not, I can tell you with confidence. She's in no state to answer your questions right now, and we'll just leave it at that.
Very well. One more question and you're all good. Do any of you have ill intent or would bring harm to any of us? Me, my sister, or my uncle?
No.
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 Hard to answer.
Yes.
See, the issue with the Dar here is like, at the moment he doesn't. But if they turn on him, he is obviously going to be he's very obviously going to be attacking them with ill intent.
Your friend seems to be very simple-minded. Perhaps I should make a question simpler. Do you plan to murder us?
Only if you try to murder me first.
Absolutely.
I have considered it.
Is that a joke answer or an actual answer?
Well, that's my actual answer.
Oh boy.
Millard's first to die, y'all.
He can't lie.
I
not
can't
Millard
lie,
anymore.
guys. I'm
Yep.
just saying. I'm not saying I considered it right now. I'm just saying the moment I stepped into the room, I thought this bloke, he's got a knife on me. I might have to murder him. I have no ill will towards your sister or your uncle over there. As he's on. I was just saying. When someone's threatened your life, or even threatens with harm, my first instinct is to fight them. I feel like that's fair, mate.
He's gonna kind of give one good look around. Hits the staff again, and the blue kind of fades away. Puts his staff back. Like, you have gained my trust. In case you're not familiar with Zone of Truth, you could have refrained from answering. But you still told me you were willing to kill me. I respect it.
Wait, I could have not answered.
Very simple, this
That's
man.
always an option, Nadar.
I
Now-
didn't
He
know
is,
that.
but he hits hard, so he's very useful to have around.
Now then, more importantly, the reason of why I asked you. We had a great deal trying to survive this evening, and all of us are exhausted. Previous to your arrival, I was going to have to stand watch and just go without sleep for the night. But given that we have strength in numbers now, and it benefits both of us to not have wolves here, may I ask you all the favor of allowing us to get some rest? Or at least one of you stay awake to alert us if something would to happen.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'll take watch.
Nadar at this
No.
point is like.
Zod,
pretty
you
much
need
fallen.
rest. You need rest more than any of us.
He's going to look at us like, I do not care who and when, just as long as someone does so we're not screwed. And he's just going to turn back. They kind of go to the corner and just kind of like rest against the wall. And he's still focused because he's trying to come to terms with being okay with sleeping with people he doesn't know. But he'll eventually fade off. So that group is now off the table, so it's now just you guys in the house.
So I can't stab them.
And Mark is
You
also
can
asleep.
try.
They're asleep.
Everyone needs rest,
You
so
said
we
that.
can take turns.
Nadar's in the corner, pretty much fast asleep at this point. Not like in the same corner, but like he's in a different corner.
If you want to stay up,
You won't
I'll,
go first.
I'll stay up with you, but it's probably either you or Ayla that should get some sleep with the rest of everybody. You guys took a load of hits back there from whatever that crazy bug monster was.
So as Ayla's kind of pacing around and Millard says that, Zyle's gonna like step in front of her path and like, I need you to focus right now. You were in that house with all of us, right?
Yeah.
We've not slept since we've got here. There's no way it's been 11 months. We're gonna get back. We're gonna find him. But you're gonna have to be in tip-top shape in order to do that, because this place keeps throwing everything it can at us, wherever this hellscape we're in is.
You don't understand. If it has been 11 months, I need to get back now. There's no time. The whole capital up in flames. You don't know what that means for me. Why?
Don't. I'm not gonna pretend to know, but it's not gonna do you very much good, or your family any good to arrive there in 17 pieces. You saw what happened out there.
Yes.
You're
This
one of
is-
the most talented people I've ever taught, but you're not invincible.
My heart is pounding in my chest. My head is ringing. I am second, and now I'm. What? Ruler? What? I don't know what. I need to get back. Now is not the time to play with dogs.
You're right about that. And we're not in any state unless there's a way that we don't know of that we can slip out and get back. I don't even know how to get back. Do you know how to get back? Like, this person we talked to seems just as confused as we did.
What part?
The person upstairs.
Ah.
About where we came from, and we can't just... I don't know. I've seen a lot. I've never seen this, and I don't know what to do or how to get back.
Okay.
But if we go out there right now and we start looking, we're all going to die.
I agree. Okay. This place is haunting. We were
I
in
agree with that.
weird house, and we talked to dang it, what's his name? What was his name, 2-Bit?
Minir?
No. The
Whose name?
starts with an E. Our friend who died.
Starts with an I.
Oh,
Idris.
Idris.
Idris. We talked to Idris, and he said that each of us had different timestamps as to how long we had been there. And now, these people are telling us we've been here for almost a year, if not more, because we don't know when we got here. We don't know if they say that they're in the 11th month of the blood year, but who knows how much longer we came before that. And the fact that my brother is gone, the king is gone. I was born second. I am second, and I need to get back.
Zyle doesn't noticeably flinch when you say Idris's name. Like a kind of a wave of guilt washes over him. I don't know. This time business is well above my pay grade. I don't understand it. I just know what I've experienced since I've gotten here, and it hasn't been long. And I don't think it's too late for your family.
Did you not see everything? Flames. She did it a whole lot more dramatic than that. Flames.
Zyle will, to give you an idea, you'll probably instinctively give like that because you can still hear wolves and things, and it's probably not wise to yell.
I will, in fact, do that.
Yeah,
And point outside and indicate that I'm hearing something.
that's me being nice. That's your one.
Okay. That wolves. Stupid dogs.
So you keep saying second.
Yeah, I'm second.
What do you mean by that?
I guess I've known you long enough. I was born second to the Prince of Solace. The second Prince of Solace, I should say. My brother was the first, and the King of Solace is my uncle. And he did not have children. So my brother was to be king when our uncle passed, and as second, I am his right-hand man and also heir to the throne if he were to die before he had children. I am second. My brother is gone. The king is gone. I am the new king.
And to cut in, again, I will reiterate that it's not a big house, so even if you're talking soft, if any of you are still awake, you can hear this.
Quite the burden you bear.
I'm not. If I was awake, I would have piped in earlier to say that we were definitely not there for 11 months.
That's
And
good.
Idris's clocks. If I was awake, I would have said that Idris's clocks are obviously malfunctioning.
Okay. So you just get to sit as an audience member then. All right. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes. So, as you can see, as second, or ruler now that my uncle and my brother are gone, I need to get back in order to make sure the kingdom is safe, because in 11 months, I'm sure all has gone into chaos. So the whole of the capital is gone. That means all of the high-rank monks, because most of them would have been there for the festival. Why did it have to be during the festival?
Seems very intentional. And it seems like it's coincides far too closely with what's going on.
I'm gonna come down the stairs at this point, Millard. Oi, not to interrupt, and not to be unfailing. But I think it's safe to say that anything we see here, anything we've heard, anything that's been spoken to us, we can't trust immediately. And I think even seeing what we saw at the Capitol now, I'm beginning to doubt if any of it has any legitimacy. So I know you're worried, and I would be too in your situation. I mean, I've lost my brother too. But I want to say that we can't be sure about anything. So I think it's best now if we get some rest. I'll keep first watch. You guys head upstairs. In a bit time, see if I'll come up and get Elbereth and Zyle if he's feeling up to it.
So you heard all that?
I did, yeah. Everybody else is asleep. They're all fitted in nice in the comfy sacks of hay. But yeah.
I know how you feel about royals, so.
I knew you had something to do with them. And I would let it slide before, but...
Well, before I go to bed, I did not lie about where I grew up, on the edge of my kingdom. My father ran away from the capital to marry my mother, because she was not accepted. So I did not even know I was a royal until my father was killed.
It's not necessarily being a royal. It's just those type of people being in that society. There's just something about it. We can talk about it later. What's more important now is that you get some rest.
Right.
We'll
to be honest, I didn't like that society either. That's why I left when I could.
Oh, and we're there. I'm gonna stand watch by the door.
I'll hit the hay. And I go upstairs to go find a bed.
There's hay downstairs too, so you can pick and choose.
All right, I find a comfy spot.
Sure. Okay, so that leaves Zyle, Millard, and Elbereth, I think, are the only three left awake.
Zyle's gonna get kind of head as well to find a spot, and he's gonna stop, put a hand on Miller's shoulders. Thanks, lad. I think what you're saying makes sense.
Just trying to be a little bit of a comfort. Everybody's so stressed out. I'm freaking out too.
Hey, you know as well as anybody here, you gotta keep your head straight on your shoulders, though.
Oi. Next time you all listen to me about that water stuff, though. Just saying. Could have turned out much worse.
Will do.
Okay, is everybody staying awake? Or are you still talking? What are you doing?
I'm on watch.
Millard is? Okay.
Yep.
Zao, are you staying?
Are we gonna do...
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, are we gonna do, everyone, watches individually? What are we thinking?
Are you still awake, Elbereth?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's just gonna wait until we make sure that the watches are sorted out.
Are you coming downstairs?
Yeah, if you guys, I guess if you had it come back up, yeah, so I'll come downstairs.
So Elbereth comes down the stairs and looks at you two that are still awake and asks you the situation of how to approach the watch, whether it needs to be one or two, or how you guys want to play it.
Probably feel safer, Elbereth, who stayed up a little bit with me.
Hers are definitely best.
Yeah. When Zara's feeling like it, and Ada's got some rest, we'll wake them up in about a couple of hours. As far as hours that we can tell here. Time's been a little bit screwy if you haven't noticed. That sound like a plan?
Sounds good.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So with that, Zao, are you going to say anything else, or do you want to proceed to rest?
He's gonna go proceed and sleep, as he is pretty battered.
Understandably so. All right. So that leaves Millard and Elbereth right now, and for right now, we're staying here, not moving time or anything.
Time is frozen. Oh no!
we're just stuck here forever. The end. That's the end of the campaign, guys. You made it. You made it to sleep. Good job.
Sleep is tough.
Forever.
We did it.
No, so just you two. And then, by the way, Zyle, Millard, and Ayla, all give yourself a inspiration that you can use, because good job on the nice roleplay there. I like it. So you can save that for later.
Put it in a little square.
Since we don't have a bard, it seems like a fair gesture whenever something good happens.
I miss my bard.
Yeah.
So she was a lot more talkative.
Mm. All right, so it's just Millard and Elbereth are the only two awake.
Do we see anything? Do we die?
No.
Yes. I'm not dead yet.
Be thankful that was a joke, because I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, it's just in the positive sense.
That means he's gonna live forever.
Right. It was like, do you die? Natural 20. Concerning. No.
It means he's immortal. Natural 20 is immortal.
This is when we get the Tarask.
Man.
You know whose mind is it in it?
Yeah.
Suddenly, Millard has a heart attack in his sleep.
Do you think that we've actually been here for 11 months?
That seems pretty crazy. Well, I would say, from what I've seen in magic in my time, it can do some pretty crazy things. But you need to be pretty powerful to be warping time in any sort of sense. Even a second is a lot of time to be messing with. I would say there's something about that house that either it's another portal. It's much easier to just put us in another place than to mess with time. After all, like, there are crazy things in there. Ghosts tells it some sort of portal to a spiritual plane. At least according to the cosmology chart I looked at. I know I don't look that smart, but I can read a book. So I mean, there's all kinds of superstitions about ghosts and portals and being dragged to the underworld. Maybe that's where we are. For crazier things from crazier people.
Does seem really bad. Do you suppose this devil is that greater powers that that man in the forest was talking about that he works for?
I mean, since we got here, that's kind of the only thing that makes sense, I guess. He said he worked for someone greater. This guy up there in the top stairs, he's talking about something, making rules, controlling what seems like whole societies of creatures. What could do that?
I know. Do you think if they're different, if he's not working for them, then we're talking about multiple warring powers here. But if he is, then at least, I don't know, he would at least, maybe there's a good power here fighting back.
I mean, there's an old sailor saying, wherever you see a devil, there's got to be an angel nearby. So, that's what I'd hope for. Plus, we had a crazy experience with Mark.
When you said that sentence, Millard, you both feel kind of like a jolt through both of you. Not a painful one, just something that like catches you. And you're both, it's kind of in your mind, and Millard, with you being close enough, you guys are both kind of going to hear this. So it's just you two, so the rest is more of an audience, but Elbereth and Millard, you guys are going to kind of hear this. Elbereth! Where are you?
You hear that?
Yeah, you heard that?
Yeah. It doesn't sound like no angel to me.
Did I recognize the voice at all?
You do.
Yes. Or is it just a general recognition? But
you'll need to remind me of the name, but not your patron, but the segue to the patron.
Right.
Broker.
Azarel.
Whether you notice the voice itself or just have this instinctive feeling, you get the notion that that's who this is talking. But it sounds distorted, distant, and it's like, imagine like a walkie-talkie, like broken signal, as if it's having a tough time even reaching you to begin with. Do you say anything, or you just kind of look around?
Yeah.
You look confused. Well,
that was.
You know it.
That was weird. It sounded. I only met him in person once, and normally communicates via dreams, but it sounded like my Deva guide.
You have to clarify me on that. I don't know much about.
Sorry. We have my kind. We have these angelic guides from birth that try to keep us on the right path. And they guide us via dreams. And one time at a really dark place in my life, he actually appeared to me in person and told me to go to the Temple of Lathander. But that voice, that moment stood out so much, I definitely recognized it. But
Okay. Since you haven't responded, it's going to talk again.
Oh, like
Elbereth! Can you hear me?
It sounds like he wants your attention. Can you talk back to him? Like, is that something you have like an ability or something?
I don't know.
You say he's only communicating in dreams.
I could hear you. Can you hear me?
Give me an Arcana check.
Did it work? You just
frozen?
Like
my
that.
mouse is frozen. Hold on.
No.
Real dice, because they succeed more.
Right.
Another nat 20 plus 2.
All right. It's going to be the same way going back, so the connection does take place, and you guys, at least for the time being, can communicate, although it's the same way both ways. It's going to sound broken and distant, and as if it's the connection point that is allowing you to speak to each other is barely hanging on by a thread. But you do manage to get your message across. You are in grave danger. Danger.
No, duh.
That's comforting. He said he's like an angel, an angelic being. Doesn't he have any like? Aren't they supposed to be like more hopeful?
I do not know where you are. But we can barely reach you. You know what this means.
Oh, we dead.
What does this mean? How do I get out of here?
It's gonna be silence for a second because you hear
Oh, mysterious angel voice.
you hear it
Are we
talking,
dead?
but it's just like it's kind of like static, so you don't get his message. And it's it's blatantly ignoring Millard.
Did it work? Did he hear me? What's he saying?
Oh no, I can't really hear him that well anymore. How do I get out of here? What can I do? Like
Good question. Yeah. Ask him if there's like a portal that we can find or create.
Is there a portal that we can find or create?
I'm sorry, Elbreth. I don't have the answers. I don't know where you are. But wherever you are, something dark and something powerful is us.
Ask him if we can like signal him some way. That's what we used to do on a ship in like a dark storm. If it was too dark, we'd signal with lamps of flame. Is there anything we can do to like signal where we are?
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Is there anything that I could do to help locate where I am? Someone said that we're in a land that's controlled by a devil, and we saw, for a moment, I saw a fallen Aasimar appeared and saved one of my companions and disappeared.
Elbreth, I'm sorry. I wish I could give you more information. All I know is wherever you are, you need to do whatever you can to get out of there. Lathander himself cannot overcome whatever this is. Even he has dared not to interfere whenever he even felt him trying to communicate.
But he can't? Won't? Did I do something wrong? I've been trying so hard.
This is not on you. Wherever you are, whatever exists here, and I can feel it pushing against us right now. It's incredibly dark, incredibly powerful. And if Lathander dare not intervene with it, well, that's not good for any of you.
I have no idea how to get out. Every time we turn around, there's just more and more danger.
Boy, yeah, mate, danger. Is there anything you can do to help?
And I feel so weak here. None of us can do what we used to be able to do.
I feel little to no light where you are. It seems only darkness. I'm sorry, Elbereth, but I think this is all of our time. I feel something pushing against me.
Well, there has to be what I can do to.
Listen to me and listen to me close. I would never want to say this, but I think for now you are on your own. Do not give in to the dark. Stay with the light. You might even have to be the light for this area. I can't sense anything. And then Nathanda doesn't want me to tell you this, but I think you should know. Your brother is still alive.
What? Why would you? Why would you guys hide this from me?
You feel the connection.
She's just gonna like just like really, just like. She's like fuming right now.
Yep. And it's just you and Millard.
That was my first encounter with an angel, like in real life. And I got to say, it was a lot more depressing than I expected. I have always imagined them would be a lot more helpful.
Maybe we are. You suggested earlier that we're dead. Maybe we are in the underworld, and that's why they can't. Why would they?
Well, I said that because he was having a hard time reaching you. Well, what it sounded like. But you know, even angels can enter the realm of death. So even if we were dead, you'd probably have a stronger connection. And we don't take that as fact. I read it in a book once. When I read the back cover. But I can't read. I'm telling you, I can't read. So I'm just saying I don't know where we are, and this is all confusing. Because if we're not alive and we're not dead, then wherever we are in some other plane of existence, as the book says, well, we've got to be under some deity's power.
I don't know. I mean, maybe good people can't be here, and maybe we're all. I mean, I don't know. You wait about you guys, but I feel like if Azrael and Lathander can't reach here because they're too good, and I have maybe too much darkness, and that angel that we saw, or the Azimir that we saw, had skeleton wings, like as if he was fallen. You know, for some sort of like a prison.
I don't know.
But why would they hide that my brother is alive from me? Why would Lathander not want me to know that? I am being punished. I don't know about the rest of you. Maybe I brought you guys here.
No. You didn't bring us here. That one bloke did. I think we're gonna have to find out what happened to him. We saw his body out there when we first got here. I know. I saw it at least. We might have to go back there to figure this all out. Because everything's upside down and topsy-turvy.
Do you think the man that we met killed him? Like, if he's working against the devil and the hooded man is working for him, he seemed to be, like, he's leading a front against him.
I don't know much about that hooded man, other than he's a stranger in a strange place. And whenever you meet a stranger in a strange place, it's best to be nice to him first and figure everything out later.
To interject real quick, both of you roll a perception check.
Oh. It was on the
I say,
20 hit it.
It's like, don't tell me it's another, like a 3 nat 20s in a row. Gosh.
Mine's not strong.
So what
Anyway,
was your...
it's an 11 total.
I got
Okay.
5.
Okay. So Millard, you don't notice anything. I didn't need a high roll for this, though, so Elberth, you are going to notice. You see a tear rolling down Zal's face. He's asleep, though.
Everyone's been through a lot tonight.
Oh, that's true.
I just want to confirm: are they guarding upstairs or are they by the front door?
We're downstairs.
These two are downstairs.
Okay.
I would assume Zyle and Ayla are also downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like...
Yeah, the only ones upstairs is Mark Nadar and then the 3 that were here before you guys.
Yes.
Haven't really seen Zyle as emotional as he's been today. It's how crazy things are right now.
You know, we're trained that way. Soldiers like us. Trying to do the job, not think about too much what's going on. Trying to follow commands and get stuff done. And Dial's a heck of a soldier. And I really think he saved a lot of us down there. Took a couple hits. But yeah, I would say we've all been through a lot today.
So are you suggesting that tomorrow morning we go back south?
I know everyone was against it before. Trying to get out of the street, get away from the house. They didn't want to go back because they were afraid of something back there. We did all hear that sound, you know? We all heard what sounded like some sort of monster. But now we're running into monsters anyway. I figure if we're going to figure anything out, we might as well go back to where it started.
That could be because we were running from something and it seems that it has to have caught up with us. So no one in town knows what to do, so...
I think it's going to be hard to convince Nadar to come back with us. He seemed pretty dead set on heading north. So we might need to scrounge around for some alcohol.
We just need to find the tavern and trail him back.
If only it were that easy, I think. With all these wolves running around, might be hard to find any decent ale anyway. This is going to be a tough one for all of us.
In order to get through 11 months of blood and darkness, maybe the people upstairs do have a libation kind of solution for Cody.
That's what I do. Yeah.
We are now going to transition to Zyle's dream and what led to said tear. Elberth, go ahead and also take an inspiration. Good job. Nice stuff, guys. So, Zao, you fall asleep, and like with any dream, you're kind of, the beginning and stuff is kind of foggy. You always seem to, kind of just wake up in the middle. You find yourself in that place, if you remember when you were talking to Idris and you walked through a door. That's where you are. And I'll pull up on roll 20. So, the last
I just have to say that scene is horrifying. Just saying.
Which scene?
The one you just put up on roll 20.
They can't see it yet, so.
I
know. So, Zyle, the last time he did this, he stood up on a rock because there was like rocks around him. And this time he's back in the same place, and we're already at the middle. He has gone over the precipice of the rock and has begun to see what is out before him. And what we're going to see everywhere is just let me turn that off. There you go. A field of bodies all over the place, all deceased. And Zyle knows, as he begins to walk through it, that every last one of these is someone that he knew that died, or someone that he was trying to save but couldn't. And this is not the first time that he's had this nightmare, but it is the first time since Idris had put the barrier up. So this is kind of all of it coming back.
So we're back to this again, are we? He just kind of says to himself, so be it. He's going to kind of step up on this rock here.
Okay.
Just to survey the land.
Okay.
Is there anyone new here from the last time he would remember having this dream?
No. And, well, I don't know how to answer that for you, but only if someone had been added to this list between the last time you had it and now.
Specifically, I expected Idris to
You don't see him
show
at the moment.
Idris, lad, have expected you to be here. He's gonna just kind of sit down on the rock and prop one knee up and lean his spear against his shoulder. Kind of, even in the dream, he's gonna choke up a little bit. Sorry, I kind of left you all here on your own. It's been a while since I apologize to you all.
I mean, obviously there's no reply because it's just...
Yeah, he's used to that. And it seems kind of selfish, but it was for my own benefit. But being back here now, I kind of feel like I did you all wrong. Survivor's Guilt's one hell of a thing, guys. What were you gonna say?
You in the distance are going to hear a voice from maybe, let me see, right here or so, give or take. So you can't, it's That's a fair enough distance where you can't clearly see who or what it is. But you hear a familiar voice. That sounds like your old friend Teft.
Have I ever heard that voice before in this dream?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it's
I knew you'd be here, lad.
He's just gonna look at you and kind of like with a smirk. What a load of crap. I mean, honestly, do you really think that you just failed everyone here?
As he kind of looks around at the bodies everywhere, I think you know the answer to that question.
Quite right, I think I do. I think it's no. I think you know, you put things on your shoulders that you shouldn't.
It's easy for you to say. You don't have to live with it.
Of course, I'm dead.
He kind of points his spear. It's like, you always were an insubordinate little thing. As he kind of gets up and starts walking that way.
Okay. And we'll say you make your way passing just the droves of bodies on the way. Some soldiers that died in war, some innocent civilians that were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Some...
Every single one he passes, he like kind of slowly walks by and like nods his head somberly. He doesn't walk past a single one without doing that.
Okay. And you finally get up, and Teft is kind of sitting in a chair, like the chair facing the wrong way, just kind of staring at you, and he just grabs a chair that only has 3 legs left and puts it up in front of you and taps for you to sit down.
You would give me the broken one.
Yeah. I could have given you the spike.
Fair enough. As he carefully sits down in the presumably wobbly chair.
He's just going to look at you kind of with a smile. Well, you look like hell.
Just trying to keep up with you.
That's good. It's good. It's good to keep a sense of humor.
It's the only way I can hold it together some days.
You know, I hate to ask you, but did you tell me, folks, that did you tell my folks that I died?
Oh yeah, he definitely would have. You know, that was one of the first things I did. I always did that. Why do you think you would be any different? You're not that special, lad.
I don't regret it, you know. Taking your place, dying instead of you.
Well, I suppose that makes one of us.
He's gonna kind of lean in, and then he's been smiling the whole time. He's just gonna kind of look more serious, which is a rare thing from your memories of Teft. He was usually more of a lighthearted joker individual.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to know, I sincerely do not regret what I did. I made a choice, and that choice had a consequence. But I was willing to pay that consequence, because I believe in you.
He's just kind of quietly watching him. I'm an old man. You had a life ahead of you. It should not have been you.
Nah, I kind of threw away all my money on a sheep gambling thing that was a poor investment before the war, so, I didn't have a lot going for me once we got out. It kind of worked out.
You never got any better at gambling either when you joined up.
Yeah, no, hey, it's not everyone's strong suit.
I got quite a few rounds off your poor betting.
Did I get him? He's gonna look at you like kind of serious in the eyes. You know what he's asking, and if Richard doesn't, you can just text me because I don't want to say it out loud.
He Zyle genuinely doesn't know, right?
No,
If I remember in the notes.
Zyle should know.
Well, he's not sure, right?
You mean does Zyle know the
he
results?
knows what he's asking, but he doesn't
Gotcha.
know the answer for sure.
I'm tracking. Right. Yeah, I'm tracking now.
I'm gonna be honest with you, lad. I don't know. The place was such a mess. It was a complete wreck.
Well, at least it's not a no.
Your optimism's often almost sickening.
Yeah. Had to be one of us. You weren't exactly a peach to be around all the time.
I'm a barrel of sunshine. What are you talking about?
Have you looked in the mirror? Hard to be sunshine around that face.
I avoid those actively.
Smart man. Why do you keep coming here? Don't get me wrong, I enjoy the company, but I'm ultimately not real. I'm a figment of your imagination. So
honestly, I think it's my only real way that I've found of coping. As much as it hurts less than not coming.
I'm going to say what I've heard you say many times, except I will refrain from some vulgarity. That just sounds like a load of rubbish. You know what I think?
So, even in my imagination, you ask questions that you already know the answers to.
Apparently you remember me well. But you know what I think? I think...
You're going to tell me regardless.
Oh, yes, obviously. I mean, if anything else, I do enjoy hearing myself talk, you see. I think you can't let go, mate.
It seems we both know each other.
I mean, in fairness, I am kind of cheating. I'm literally your brain projecting, my version of me, but,
You know that's way too high concept for me.
Details, But how does this end? If you come here, you look at your so-called failures. Does it bring you some form of solace, some form of anything?
I guess it ends when I finally get to join you all and get some peace.
Peace. And you feel like the area kind of like get darker as you said that, and he's just kind of like looking down, and he's not smirking anymore. And this feels weird because suddenly it's not like you felt before. It feels different now. It feels stronger. It feels more real, almost. Like no longer. Earlier, it was clearly a dream. Now, it's quite difficult to discern from whether this is real. And you felt that, like, all at once. So you felt the shift.
Just kind of looks around. So all the periphery's kind of darkened, or?
It's not like dark door you can't see. It went from being clear to obviously the light in the entire area just shifted down.
He'll kind of out loud, this is new.
And Tef doesn't say anything. He's just kind of like looking down. You don't see his eyes at the moment. I wish I could tell you that I have peace. But, well, it's the thing about darkness, right? Sometimes we dig too deep and find things we didn't want to find. And where does that end us up with? He looks up and his eyes are now solid black.
What are you talking about, lad?
You and I both know we do not fully understand what we uncovered that day. But I beg of you, whatever it was, whatever this is, get as far away from it as you can. And he's going to turn it, he kind of like now looks with a turn of concern. And behind you, there is a tall, hooded figure standing in the middle of the field. Theft is going to stand up and walk past you and kind of like he's going to put his hand on your shoulder as to signal you'd like to stay put. You can say something if you want to.
Do you know this? Whatever this is.
He's gonna crack his neck a few times. I've enjoyed this, my friend. I hate seeing you torture yourself, of course, but it's always good to talk to you. But, this is where you get off the train, I'm afraid. He's gonna...
No, he's gonna jumps up and knocks the chair. It's like, I stood down once, I'm not doing it again.
Yep, and as you do that, he leans in front of you and touches your forehead, and when you do, you're snapped out of it.
Is he still asleep, or?
You are currently still asleep. So that was the build-up and the lead-up to what caused Zyle to do what he did. That was a long kind of flashback to lead up, but that was what occurred there. So we have Millard and Elbereth for a few moments. We'll give you one more thing, and then we're going to wrap up the episode. So you guys are still awake, and the last thing you kind of did was have your little conversation. You did see Zal have a tear. What do you do?
I'm going to turn back to watching the door, and I'm going to start humming a little tune.
Okay.
yeah, just maybe just facing the other way, just in case anything comes through windows, and just kind of like turning over my mace in my hand, because kind of like this spell casting focus and like the source of light and all that.
Okay. And what we'll do now, time passes by, and you take your portion of the watch. Everyone can have their shifts however you would like it to do. And it gets right to the cusp of daybreak, but not quite. So it's still nighttime.
Oh, dear.
And you all hear a voice from outside the building that sounds incredibly close. And it's clearly talking into the building. Oi! Oh, you lot inside. You have something of mine. I would like it back. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Dun dun dun.
You did it, guys.
Yay!
Sorry for the potentially emotionally draining episode.
And Dillard, who can read.
Right?
I don't think you can.
Okay, so good gosh. What so much to try and decompress in such a short amount of time. Let's do something real quick because Nadar's internet will cut out here shortly, so we want to try and tackle some stuff. But for anyone in chat, this is the point where we're actually going to communicate with you guys verbally now. So anyone
Hi, everybody.
Anyone who's been watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. That concludes this episode. We're going to go to the chat and the giveaway portions of the stream now. So if you want to hop off, it's fine. If you want to continue to stay on, we'll try and keep it somewhat understandable for you guys. So let's, for sure, we got to handle some giveaway stuff because my word, what?
I
know what we did hit 60 at one point. It came up like for a split second. I saw 60 and I was like, what?
63 was
66 is the highest
Yeah,
I saw.
I saw 66.
So did I. I screenshotted it and put it in our private chat.
I'm confused.
Everyone.
I'm confused too, guys.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Last week I think we got like 23, and then tonight all y'all just joined us. It's great.
I did. But anyways, thanks.
Where did you guys hear about us
everybody.
from? If just wondering,
Yeah.
So
was it Twitter, Instagram, Discord? Where'd you guys find us?
While you answer that, let's go ahead and do the
Quick.
sticker giveaway.
Yay! Wait, we haven't shown them the sticker yet.
Let's show them.
Okay, guys, sticker time.
Which you can see on the screen, which is our Trials of Imagination logo, has now been converted into sticker form. Yeet.
Sticker form.
Nice.
Ooh.
And let's see. Let me pull up the randomizer. The winner tonight of the sticker. Make sure I don't pronounce this incorrectly. Krez the DM.
Yay!
Yeah.
KR. I'll just tag it. I think.
Cresty.
Thank you for the sub,
Yes, thank you.
and you get a sticker.
All right.
So that
Woo.
handle right there that I just put in chat wins.
Yeah, and he
The-
just subbed. Thank you for the
Oh,
sub.
nice.
And here's your sticker.
And you can either
Strahd
whisper.
just started streaming.
You can whisper to me or to Miss SJ in chat. Or if you want to join our Discord, you can also communicate with us there, whatever is easier for you.
You win a sticker. This one I'm holding up. I'm Ayla.
And we'll get you a sticker. And apparently we have to do a merch giveaway too. So
Yeah, we definitely have to. We've been waiting for a while.
Right. Let's do that.
Thank you, Erlock.
The winner of the
Urlock.
merch giveaway is. I'm just gonna put it in the chat because I don't.
He's gonna pronounce it wrong.
Slippery puppy.
Slippery Papa!
DRG. Yay.
Yay!
All right.
It could be expensive.
To Norway, it could be. We'll figure that out. But if you just want to get with
I'll
us,
just go to Norway. It gives me a reason to go back.
yeah, well,
There you go. You will get a hand delivered by Millard.
right. We'll get that figured out. You know.
I don't actually know, but in Norway.
Yeah, so I don't know if does anyone know Slippery Puppy?
I'm messaging him
Yeah,
right now.
he's in.
If he's
TRG.
because usually
Nice.
he's AFK right around now.
Gotcha. Okay,
Right,
well,
so we had a couple people answer where they found us, and they said that they just searched for other Dungeons and Dragons groups.
Cool.
So
No,
Nice.
I haven't been to Norway.
seriously, go, Chris.
Been
The DM.
close. I've been
well-
over there a couple times, just not into Norway.
I will find a way to get it to you, one way or the other.
Can we meet in Germany?
Yeah, meet halfway,
Meet in
like in the
Germany.
middle of the ocean. You know, just get a boat and
just halfway. Well, the sticker is just in a letter, so that shouldn't be as expensive to
No.
it
send.
I'm
shouldn't
into
be,
World Cup.
but
Let's
you
go
know-
to World Cup.
you know how customs are. It's
This is true.
Letter?
hard to say, but yeah, if you get one of us, we'll make sure to get it to you one way or the other.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen. So yeah, Nadar, you're going to be out the quickest. So did you have anything you wanted to ask or add about tonight?
No,
I know
not really.
Nadar was asleep for a good chunk of it, but
Yes, I will
True.
say. I will say.
Great
I did miss-
contributions were made by Nadar.
I did private message this to Tubit because I didn't want to interrupt any of the roleplay.
yeah, I got you.
During the whole thing, Nadar was muttering in his sleep.
hmm
Just in case he wanted to do something with that.
I
Save
have
that for later.
yeah, I have plans for it for later.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Nadar successfully almost got the group killed a couple times, so that seemed par for the course, I suppose. But yeah, so everybody say potentially goodbye to Nadar because I guess at any minute now it's gonna
Potential goodbye.
time out
Potential
and then
goodbye. Yeah.
Miss
I also have to leave right away
Alright.
today.
Good night. Good night.
okay.
You do or you don't?
I do,
Good night,
but in the
Nadar.
future I won't. So
Okay.
bye, everybody.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
I'm gonna switch
Good
it
night,
to the
brother.
announcement screens. That way the cameras don't get all. Well,
Thanks for the gifted sub, Chris.
geez, Chris,
Hey.
just going off. My goodness. Okay, so quickly, we'll have about 5 minutes or so, 5 to 10 minutes,
I've been
where
to
we
Canada.
try and communicate with chat. So if any chat has any questions about tonight or anything about the campaign in general, because I do know we have quite a few new people here. Which, by the way, if you want to catch up on any of the stuff, we have it all on YouTube. And I think all you have to do is just ! YouTube in the chat, and it will take you straight
got
there.
it.
And you can watch any of them at your
There.
own pace as much as you want. We currently have 6 main episodes. This was episode 7. I hear that, Chris. I'm with you there. So yeah, so chat or while chat potentially brings up any questions to our players. Any, I know there's kind of a lot to unpack tonight. What you got? If anything, maybe you don't have anything. I don't know.
I mean, a lot happened, and a lot of Ayla's information happened.
A lot of several people's information happened.
Yeah.
I think you are determined to emotionally scar me.
Richard or Zyle?
2-Bit, why do you hate us?
Yes.
Mr. Two-Bit, that was unkind of you to put us through so much torture.
You know, I thought it made for good content. Because like genuinely, like, I really thought it was awesome. That's why I was like, I got to give them something for this. So I wanted to give you guys inspiration for the roleplay because that was awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Good stuff to all of you. I applaud you. But yeah, any any thoughts or anything that's kind of like going in your mind as players with all this new information to go off of in one episode? Don't everybody speak up at once.
I was asleep for most of it. So.
That's true. Well, that's why I said as player, because like you're still an audience member, So like, what is Liam processing just as Liam at the moment?
I'm gonna have to watch the YouTube video because yes,
it was so much to process.
Lots to process.
I love how Mark rolls up in this man's house. It's like, there's werewolves everywhere, and he tests it. And he just straight power moves. Like, all right, I'm tired. You got a bed?
Yeah,
he just straight power moves.
Do you have a bed?
Got
No.
a bed? Cool.
That was
Night.
fantastic.
Like, no, we do not have a bed.
That and his
Pile
quote
of
is
hay?
like, I'd like to
Woot.
make that roll too. Natural 20. Okay, I don't need to make that roll.
Yeah, I was funny.
I was just like, well, I mean, you can, but to what end? At that point, there were several, because Millard had one too. I don't remember what it was. That was kind of a ridiculous quote.
Yeah, Millard said that he'd had ill intentions.
Oh well, yeah. There was that.
yeah.
He's like,
Thought
I
about
thought
it.
about killing you.
Yeah.
Didn't want to lie.
Yeah, I was only thinking of him. I was like, okay. How can I possibly handle this positively? It's like, oof, because outside sucks. You can't survive there right now. You potentially are about to not be able to survive inside. This is not good.
If we were to have a fight with these guys, that could not end well with all the noise it would cause.
Very much so. I also didn't showcase a whole lot of things, but I was hoping just from the few things that he did, you at least picked up on that he is not a pushover.
Yeah.
By any means. Like, you don't know the extent of what his abilities or fighting abilities are, but you can tell he's definitely not just a civilian bystander that you're just going to be able to like, okay, move. Not going to happen. But I did see a good question from chat about location. They asked, are all of you in the village of Barovia? The answer is yes. They are currently in the village of Barovia. Last episode, they finally escaped the death house, was where they left off and where we picked up this episode. So this was the first episode outside of the death house.
And the death house is in the city of Barovia.
The village of Barovia.
Hey, RDS.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, RDS.
We don't mind the questions, Chris. This whole part of the session is for questions.
Oh, yeah. Like,
you're good.
This is the time for questions, man. Like, let them fly.
Right. Also, you guys, so this whole campaign is based on Curse of Strahd, but 2-Bit took like 3 months to mold it to his will. So please do go back into the YouTube channel and watch it. There's a lot of different stuff. It's not the normal Curse of Strahd. There's a lot of new stuff to it.
Yep. Because anybody that is familiar with Curse of Strahd has reiterated just from watching, they can tell that there's a lot of things that seem to veer away from the potential book, so to seem. But we've only just begun, so we'll see where things go as we continue down the rabbit hole. But it's been a lot of fun so far.
Yep.
The closest one to dying was me, RDS.
Yep.
Yes. because he reached 0 life points. So he was knocking on death's door.
Yeah.
And they were currently at an area that did not allow magic, and they didn't know that. So everybody was trying to heal him, but couldn't. So that created a problem. But luckily, you guys, and I will actually give you a free bit of meta information. You got lucky because I made a roll to see what would happen, and the roll was the being that showed up. So there were several outcomes that could have been much worse.
Nice.
So it worked in your favor on that one. I wanted, which I should have said it while everybody was here, but it was hard doing everything. So a couple of things, you guys can go ahead and add for the sake of convenience, on this one, I'm going to say add a long rest for everybody. So
we don't even need to check in case someone's going to attack us in the next shift.
Well, you guys are.
He knows.
He's being nice.
Yeah.
Just take it. Why ask questions?
That's the smart.
Why are you asking questions?
That's the smart answer. But well, if it wasn't clear, I'll make sure it's clear at the beginning of the episode. When that guy showed up, he woke all of you up, so you are all awake now.
That was going to be a question, whether it was just the last shift that heard that or everyone.
No.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that was the first shift that heard that.
No, because I said in the sake of time, I was like whoever and whatever amounts of shifts you were doing went through the night without any more hiccups. So like shifts were had. So I don't know how you guys wanted to play it, but it doesn't really matter because now all of you are awake. So it wouldn't have been Elbereth and Millard because they were first shift. So they would have gone to sleep and then someone else would have taken over and then someone else would have taken over. And now everybody's awake. But I'm going to give you the benefit of a long rest. And congratulations, everybody's level 3.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay, maybe you just mildly dislike us.
He still hates us.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Hey, you went from episode.
You know how you take, if you own a farm or a slaughtering house and you fatten up the animals before you kill them.
Touché.
That's what he's doing to us.
Yeah. So
But whatever, we'll just happily eat all the grass or whatever that he feeds us.
you guys went from level 1 to level 3 in 7 episodes. I think that is quite fair. Quite fair.
I will do that later.
To be honest. So to answer another question in chat, yes, everyone survived Death House. We did have one member hit 0 points exiting the building, but
that was me.
Which was it was Mark. But he was brought back up to 1 point, so he's good. So no one died from Death House.
Thanks for the sub. Nope, I'm not gonna try.
Right. Oh no, but by all means, go ahead and try it. By all means.
No, this is no. I'm listastic.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you
it's hard enough to say real.
Yeah. A
real
dyslexic man walks into a bra.
9. Gonna go with it. Act hisso.
Necromancy is always an option. I like
either
that.
way, thank you for the Prime sub. We really appreciate your support for our D&D group in the stream.
Heck yeah, for everybody that showed up tonight. Thanks. Still kind of scratching my head about it, but it's a very warm welcome. Hopefully we'll see what the heck happens next week. I don't know what to make of this. It's going to take me a while to process all this. Yes, so the more or less the Death House, they were level 2 leaving the Death House, and then they had this episode, and then they're level 3 now. But they started the Death House. They actually started episode 1. They were not even in Barovia. So if you go to the YouTube and end up catching up, you'll get all that. But episode 1, the vast 95% of it was not in Barovia. Only the very tail end of episode 1 was in Barovia. And then from there, at the end, I think, was at the end of episode 2, you guys just arrived to the Death House. So then I guess that means technically Death House was episode 3. 3, 4, 5, and 6 were Death House.
Yeah.
Wait, did we post the festival or we didn't post the festival?
Post the festival?
The
The
festival.
VOD for it because was that the episode 0?
No,
Where did that go into?
the festival was episode 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we didn't post 0.
We did not post 0 just because of the amount of technical difficulties that happened, and it got split into 2 episodes, and then it was going to require like a whole bunch of editing and comping, and it was just not worth the time. So it was like, if anyone needs to know, we'll catch them back up.
Philemon.
Oh right, yeah, because the festival was like the celebration of resolving the thing that happened in 0.
Right.
I remember now.
Nice. We finally had a bot come through.
Yeah,
Woo!
bot.
I'm
Be
shocked.
gone, bot.
I'm shocked it took that long. I thought that would have happened like immediately, given what was going on. Yeah, it was very interesting, Chris, especially the way that they got to Barovia. I think you might find interesting. So if you have the time and you're interested, it's worth a look over at the YouTube channel where you can catch up on all of them. Because Twitch will only keep the VOD for 14 days and then it's gone. So I make sure to pull them over to YouTube. That way everybody has their own time to where they can catch up on it. A Monster Slayer guild. Nice.
So 2-bit, someone said that the Instagram link did not work. Hold on.
Okay.
No, it worked. I clicked on it. It worked. So I don't know why it didn't work for them. But I just clicked on it and it came up. So yeah, I don't know. Never mind.
RDS, I don't. I've either forgotten or don't know what you're referencing. Anybody else know?
What?
A month, like maybe the sub. Something about the sub. Maybe I don't know now. Oh,
sure.
like maybe something about how long there's how long the Twitch.
Nope, I don't know when they did that, but it's 14 days.
Isn't there something about like if you're at like a certain level?
I think if you have Prime, if you have your Prime connected to it, it's longer.
Potential. Which, I mean, I guess like it's ultimately irrelevant since we like port them over immediately. So like Friday of this week, this video will be over on YouTube. So we don't waste a whole lot of time. We get it over there pretty quick. We just do Friday, so it gives me enough time just to make sure that it's ported. I watch through it at least once to make sure there's no like random hiccups I need to edit, and then I get descriptions and tags and thumbnail, and it gives me at least a few days to take care of all that stuff, so we're not rushed. So it may be a month under certain parameters, but the way mine are currently, I know that they're 14 days. But
I got a question for my character. Can I get rid of some of my level 1 spells?
As a wizard, if I'm not mistaken,
you're a prepared caster, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you long rested, so you can swap out whatever you
Right.
want.
Right.
Yeah, no,
Right.
but can I because I think I put too many level 1 spells into my spell book.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking I want to get some level 2 spells.
Yeah, I'm not strict on, like, I think anytime you do a long rest, I consider the idea of like moving those around just whatever you want prepared. So you can move them around as you see fit per long rest or anytime you're prepping.
The change that I'm proposing, I guess, is more so not about preparing spells, it's about getting different spells in my spell book.
Yeah, I know. I know the verbiage is different, but I'm treating it the same all the less.
Okay.
I'm telling you can do it.
All right.
Yeah. And I'll go ahead and tell you, Chris, one thing that, for better or for worse, whether it may frustrate you to no end or you like it, because of a couple of things. One, with it being a homebrew and the amount of different sources that go into this, including non-D&D books. Rules. It's difficult to always just go straight by the 5e because I know a lot of different things I'm balancing. But on top of that, I'm pretty laid back too. So I typically go with whatever, like the rule of whatever makes sense with the narrative and is ultimately at the betterment of the game. I'm cool with. So like I will happily bend some rules from time to time. I attempt to stay with them as much as I can, but I am not shy to bending them if needed. So I'm not a rules lawyer, I guess is the the summary of that. But we're getting pretty long-winded here on the end, so we're going to go ahead and start wrapping things up because I know some of us probably want to go to bed and we don't want to go on forever. But any last questions or comments from the players and or chats before we wrap up tonight's stream? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Thank you all again for coming. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope we'll see you again next week.
Absolutely.
Also, you
Indeed.
can join us in Discord. We hang out there all the time.
Yeah.
And in case anyone here did not know, if this is your first time, we do this the same time every week. So it is Tuesday of every week. For me, it's 8 p.m. Central. Krez, with you being where you are, I don't want to have to do the math in my head at the moment, but it started 2.5 hours ago from now. So
whatever that is for you.
whatever 2.5
hours.
hours. I think that's
Hours
right.
Difference, maybe.
I think that's right, but I don't want to guess and just make myself look like an idiot.
Could be wrong.
Right. So all I know is roughly 2.5 hours ago is when the stream started, and it starts at that time every single Tuesday, unless we have any sort of conflicts, which we try to announce ahead of time on any of our socials. So you can catch us next Tuesday to see what the heck is going on outside. Let me read that.
Pick up. On teammate.
Nice. That sounds like a fun time. Jeez. All right, so
Wow.
Yeah,
Zombies
just reading
and
that.
werewolves.
right, yeah, that sounds like a fun time. So just to the players,
I'm East Coast, so East Coast would be 9 o'clock.
she's East Coast.
9
I'm
p.m.
Central. Zyle's Central. Elbreth is West Coast, and then Liam. I don't know what yours is considered because it's what?
I'm in the Maritime Provinces. It's Atlantic Standard Time.
Atlantic Standard. That's what, because I guess it's one past East Coast. So like we have a lot of different time zones here. So
Yeah.
And only 2 of us have actually seen each other in person, and we're siblings. So
well, yeah. So me, that's true. Like most of us have never met in person. Me and Richard have. We've known each other for a while, and then the only other one.
them too. I forgot that.
Yeah, and then the only other ones would be
Gosh,
SJ and
10 years now.
Good gosh, it's been 10 years.
It's been about 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
age. Got to love it. When did
Newfoundland.
when did you start
Streaming or D&Ding? I assume D&D. We started, or
well, it's
we
complicated.
had a group, and then we have added on 2 more. Since we started, we have added on Richard and Cap. It's like Bex. So, but our first Trials of Imagination campaign started last March, so 2020 March, and we were thrown together because of the pandemic, and we all wanted something to do. So this happened.
It's true. That is how it all started. And did Emrys,
Today.
someone asked this in the TRG dungeon chat, did Emrys ever put any of that anywhere, or does he actually have the footage, or is it just lost?
He
to
has
time?
the footage. He had it like set to be put on, and I don't know if he ever did, but I will ask him.
Because some people in the TRG dungeon had actually asked that. I don't.
Okay.
If I'm being honest, I don't know if it's worth going back and watching. Hopefully, we got better because I know that was the first for a lot of us in like live action and D&D and getting used to it. So it's not pretty when it starts. It's pretty rough. But
Crest, the only thing you can do now is burn your house down. The whole thing just has to go.
Well, statistically speaking, that might just be one of the, 1 in 8 that you accidentally eat while you're asleep.
No, that's actually myth.
Right.
Spiders are very much scared of humans. They are not going to go into your mouth because you make a lot of sound.
They are, but it's hilarious to tell people who have arachnophobia. Hilarious.
I just randomly overcame my arachnophobia today. I don't know why, but there was a spider on my wall, and I was looking at it, and I wasn't scared, and I was like, "You're just a bug with 2 extra feet," and I was just like, "What?" It was just weird. I'm like, my whole life I'm scared of spiders. I was like, "You're just a bug." So.
And now it's back. Thanks a lot.
No, I was like, okay, you know what? I should just go to. I should. Wait, was this? Crest? Yeah, Norway. So I'm just gonna go to Norway and find the spider. It's fine. I'll get it for you.
Gotcha. So,
were your parents scared of spiders as well?
You asking Crest?
Elbereth.
Oh, Elbereth.
Yeah, my mom definitely gave me the fear of spiders, but she also made me watch Arachnophobia when I was little. So.
Okay.
That was mean.
Yeah, I always assume that they're just gonna actually that it's just always gonna be like that. I heard that fear of spiders gets passed down by their parents, and my mom didn't act afraid of spiders, so I grew up when there was a spider, she always got me to pick it up and take it outside and such.
I mean, that makes sense because your kids are going to copy what you do. So if you act freaked out when there's a spider, they're going to learn that, when I see a spider, I should freak out.
Yeah.
But you know what's really funny for me is that if I'm the adult at home, so I have 3 kids. So if I'm the only adult at home, I'll take care of it. But if my husband's home, I'll freak out like no other. Because I can't. So, we had a snake in our house, and I thought, I can go over and pick it up and just take it outside. But my husband's here, so he can deal with it.
It's a fair point, Chris. Like over here running Curse of Strahd, yet the spider in the bed is what creeps him out. Yeah. All right, so
I feel like this.
Bex, my college roommate was afraid of butterflies too. She thought they were the creepiest thing, and I'm just like, I love butterfly.
So
they're pretty, but they're
as much as I would love to sit and talk with you all night long, we need to wrap things up and call it a night. So thank you everybody for coming out to watch the stream. If you are for whatever reason still watching us on YouTube and somehow surviving this madness, thank you for watching the post stream. Hopefully that made some sense. I know we had a lot of interaction there. Hopefully we made it transparent, possibly. If not, my apologies. But we look forward to seeing all of you next week as we proceed to episode 8 and figure out what the heck is this person calling into the room and what is he asking about and what is going to happen as our adventures move forward, knowing a lot of information that they did not know going into this episode.
Yep.
All that and more.
And most importantly, find out if Krez finds the spider in his bed.
And that too.
That's what I'm wanting to know.
Yeah.
We'll find out if Chris actually survives and is actually here next week. Otherwise, we'll be like, we'll pour one for your boy. But thank you everybody for watching. Hope to see you next week. Everybody say bye.
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 See you next week.